No time, space, or body limitation. The Snowy Mountain. Here is a short story about a skier who believes the mountain, the clock, and his body determine how far he can go, until he discovers that guidance is found in the present turn. High above the village of Everwhite stood a snowy mountain called Timeless Peak. Its slopes stretched through forests, cliffs, open bowls, and clouds. Skiers came from everywhere to reach the summit and descend the legendary Trail of Now. A skier named Julian arrived before sunrise carrying 3 watches, 2 maps, and a notebook filled with schedules. I must reach the summit by 9, he told his guide, Elena. I must cross the northern ridge by 10, enter the forest by 11, and finish before my body becomes tired. Elena looked at the mountain. Does the mountain know your schedule? No, but I do. They entered the chairlift. As it climbed, Julian stared at his watches. We are losing time. Elena pointed below. Are we moving? Yes. Then what is being lost? Julian frowned. The future. We are getting closer to it. The lift is only here, Elena replied. The future is where your thoughts have gone. At the summit, snow stretched in every direction. The village looked tiny, and the roads below seemed to meet one another like threads in a single cloth. Julian unfolded his map. The trail begins 2 kilometers east. Elena pointed to a blue marker only a few steps away. It begins here. Julian checked the map again. That cannot be right. You are measuring the mountain instead of seeing it. They pushed forward. At first, Julian skied quickly. He wanted to stay ahead of the clock. When another skier passed him, he sped up. When the slope narrowed, fear tightened his legs. My body cannot do this, he said. Elena stopped beside him. What is happening now? My knees may fail. I may lose control. I may not finish. That is what may happen. What is happening now? Julian looked down. His skis were still. His knees were bent. The snow was firm. I am standing here. Then let here be enough for the next turn. Julian inhaled, leaned gently downhill, and completed one careful turn. Then another. The mountain did not ask him to ski the entire trail at once. It gave him only the snow beneath him. They reached a wide open slope covered in mist. Julian could no longer see the trees below or the summit behind him. We have lost our direction, so he said. Elena listened. Through the fog came the soft ringing of a distant bell. The mountain shelter, she said. Follow the sound. But I cannot see it. Guidance does not always reveal the whole path. Sometimes it gives only the next clear movement. They followed the bell. A few minutes later, the mist opened and revealed a small shelter filled with skiers warming themselves beside a fire. Julian checked his watches. All 3 showed different times. This one says we are late. This one has stopped. This one is running fast. Elena smiled. Which one tells you whether you're at peace? None of them. Then perhaps they are useful tools, but poor teachers. Julian removed the watches and placed them inside his pack. Later, they reached a steep ridge. A sign warned, experts only. Julian looked at Elena. My body has limits. Yes, she replied. Bodies have practical limits. Wisdom does not deny them. Then how can the song say there is no body limitation? Your body may be tired, injured, young, old, strong, or weak. Those conditions matter on the mountain, but they do not define the life, worth, or awareness using the body. Elena showed him a gentler trail curving around the ridge. Freedom is not proving the body has no limits. Freedom is refusing to make those limits your identity. Julian chose the gentler trail. For the first time, he did not feel ashamed. They entered the forest. The trees stood far apart, yet their branches met overhead and carried the same snow. Julian watched several skiers moving between them. Each body followed a separate path, but all were guided by the same slope. We look divided, Julian said. In form, Elena replied, but every skier is responding to the same mountain. Near sunset, they reached the final descent. Julian looked back toward the summit. It seems very far away. Only to the body measuring distance. And to the mind? The summit, the forest, the mist, and this moment are all remembered now. Julian understood that the whole journey existed in his awareness without occupying separate places inside it. He pushed forward. Instead of racing the clock, he listened to the snow. Instead of forcing his body, he respected it. Instead of demanding to see the entire route, he accepted each turn as it came. The final slope opened beneath a golden sky. Julian spread his arms and felt the mountain, wind, body, and movement become one flowing experience. He was not trying to escape time or space. He had simply stopped asking them to tell him what he was. At the bottom, Elena asked, "Did you reach the trail of now?" Julian smiled. It was never somewhere else. He removed the notebook from his pocket. On its final page, he wrote, "The body travels through distance. The clock measures change. But guidance meets me only here. And what I truly am cannot be measured by either." From then on, whenever Julian felt trapped by age, distance, delay, or form, he remembered the snowy mountain. He honored practical limits without turning them into spiritual identity. Then, he looked at the ground beneath him, listened for guidance, and made the next present turn. May we sing, rest, and dance our way home together.